Hello, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. So, Deadly Alliance Blackstone Fortress. I'm going to take a look inside the box, then we're going to build the Zote, and then we're going to take a look. Okay, so this is a small box. It's the same box as the other small boxes, same size box as the other small box expansions, such as the dreaded Amble, Traitor Command. So what have we got in here? Well, let's have a look at the box first. Obviously, we've got our Zote. We've got a punch board here, exploration and discovery cards. Obviously, we've got the archivist, his stats and card there. Shard cell sheet, 24-page Deadly Alliance booklet. We've got an envelope. Okay, so let's have a look in here, see what we've got. So our Zote. So I haven't really been able to gauge how big the Zote's going to be. We'll have a look at this in a minute. Let's open this first, see what we've got. Yeah, so I'm trying to work out how big the miniature is going to be. So I'm thinking and having a brief look at the sprue, it's going to be somewhere in the middle between one of our characters and the Amble. So somewhere, so quite a decent sized miniature. But we'll get to that in a minute when we build it as well. Okay, right. So what have we got off the bat? So we've got a punch board, 3 hex size tokens on there, some sort of tracking for the Zote. If you can't see that, those tokens are, I've got a picture of the Zote with his Zote's mask on there, 3 there. More tokens here. I don't know what these are meant to track. And one more with the triangular ones there as well. Okay. So that all looks pretty good. We will have a look through the booklet last. So we've got an assembly guide here. Standard stuff. Here's the 40k stats. So the Zote can be played, he's a mercenary really, he can be played by any, with any faction or anything like that, so he is unaligned. So what have we got? Movement of 5, weapon skill 3 up, ballistic skill 3 up, strength 5, toughness 4, weapon skill of 6. Leadership of 9, 3 up save. Okay, the Archivist is a single model equipped with an atomic disassembler, eradicator glove. You can only include one of this model in your army. That's interesting. So people who are buying loads of these, if you didn't know, you can't just chuck 10 of them in with your Space Marines. Okay, so the atomic disassembler has got an 18-inch range. Type pistol number 1 on piercing -3, and it does D6 damage. When resolving attack made with this weapon, the target does not receive the benefit of cover to his saving throw. And then the eradicator glove is melee, obviously, AP -3 again and 3 damage. So pretty tough. Power level of 4. So this is good. Okay, abilities. Disruptive influence. Subtract 1 from the leadership characteristic of enemy and friendly units whilst they are within 3 inches of this model with this ability. Of any model with this ability. So -1 even to your friendly units. Wow. Okay. If you're playing a match play game or a game that uses points limit, you can use the following list to determine the total points cost of your army. Simply add the points cost of all of your units to determine your army's total points value. Anyway, so that's good. Yeah, that's enough. This is the paint guide for him. I'm not going to paint him like this. I am going to be playing him in 40k, and he's going to be part of the Silver Templars. So I am going to do his paint scheme somehow to fit in with that. I don't know yet. I'm probably not going to go with green skin, but we'll see. We will see. Okay, then we've got the Shard Cell. This creature may not care for the Imperial cause, but it needs our experience just as we need its knowledge. And given the circumstances, we can hardly afford to spurn its gracious offer. Okay, so this is a mission for it. I won't spoil that for you, but it does look pretty cool. In fact, just looking at the map, yeah, it is quite a big map. It is interesting. Okay, let's have a look at the book, Deadly Alliance. It's the shifting chambers of the Blackstone Fortress roils the seethe, an area in constant flux. Those who have entered the perilous terrain have all fallen prey to its shardquakes, which rack its corridors and chambers. An enigmatic alien known as the Archivist offers hope. It claims to be able to quell the worst of the effects and even prevent the seethe spreading any further. This Zote promises great rewards for those who are prepared to escort it and ensure it arrives at its destination safely. But their journey will not be easy. Okay. So the hexes are, what have we got? The Zote console hex. And it is different on either side. This is the Zote barrier hex. Yeah. And then a breached neutral shard, which is this one. That's the other side there. Okay. And these are the Deadly Alliance expansion icons, so as you can discern it from your other cards. A little bit of information about Zotes here. In a galaxy shrouded by war and darkness, the Zotes are amongst the most mysterious of species. They are rarely encountered by agents of the Imperium, and little has been recorded of by those officials who have had cause to treat with them. However, the lure of the Blackstone Fortress is strong enough to draw even one of these enigmatic creatures to the melting pot of precipice. Okay. Then we've got a bit about the quest. In this expansion, the explorers are convinced to escort the Archivist through the seethe in order to silence the murderous shardquakes and quell the roiling morass at the heart of the Blackstone Fortress. Okay. So all this is really cool stuff. It's got a bit about what happens after the quest as well. So how this is going to get used. So, and here are the missions associated with it. I'm not going to go through them and spoil them, but there's some pretty big maps there, to be fair. A desperate hour. Over the long millennia, countless adventurers have lost their lives within the Blackstone Fortress. Bands of heretical warriors roam its echoing chambers. Cruel aliens wait in the darkness to feed upon any who dare trespass within. And the structure's arcane defences never sleep. Yet in recent times, the perilous environment has grown even more deadly. Okay. So this is good. And obviously we're not far away from the last expansion as well. Right, cool. So let us now take a look at the cards that come with this box. I've got two bases here. I don't know why. Two bases and one Zote. Okay, so I think that's just an error. Right, so what have we got here? We have, interesting. So the Archivist has got 6 spots for his dice, which is very interesting. It's a retinue character, obviously. Okay, so he's got 2 sides. He's got a trusting side, which is a movement of 2, and it's pretty hefty as well. So he's got 2 weapons. The atomic disassembler has disintegration, which ignores cover, and the eradicator glove, which is which got a range of just 1 hex, obviously because it's melee. When rolling for this attack action, pick 2 results instead of 1 and resolve them 1 at a time, resolving any successes before any critical successes. Okay, special rules. Matchless Intelligent. Do not treat the Archivist as an explorer during the challenge exploration cards. It watches on with disinterest or uses its biological science to circumnavigate any perils. When a challenge card is turned face up, the leader can choose to lose 6 trust. If they can, and do, the challenge is treated as having been resolved. Note that the explorers do not receive any potential rewards or penalties from that challenge card. It's got Malevolent Mind. Do not roll activation dice for the Archivist. Instead, it can take up to 3 of the following actions in any order, in any combination. Move, atomic disassembler, eradicator glove, or recuperate. The Archivist cannot be given any relics. It's also classed as huge. Other explorers cannot share a hex with this explorer. Okay, and then we've got the mistrustful side, for which all of the weapons are exactly the same. And then the special rules are Malevolent Mind. Again, when the Archivist is activated, the leader must roll on the Archivist behaviour table instead of choosing its action. The Archivist cannot be given any relics. And then huge again. Okay, so that's interesting. So that is the Archivist cards. So we've had a bit of a cock up. So I've already recorded an unboxing for this. However, due to a little bit of a technical problem, the camera stopped recording part of the way through. So although I've finished doing this, I will quickly go through anything that I've missed. So what have we got? Go through all these cards in a minute. We've done the Archivist character card. So let's have a look at this trust card. So what this is the Archivist behaviour table, just the same way as you get a behaviour table for all of the enemies in the game and all of your other retinue characters. So let's have a quick look. So this explains some of the trust system. So when trust is gained, increase the value of the trust counter on this card by the required value to a maximum of 12. When trust is lost, decrease the value and blah, 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 minimum of 0. When the total trust is 10 or more, use the trusting side of the Archivist card. Otherwise, use the mistrustful side. So proof of intent. When an Archaeotech card is drawn from the discovery deck, it can be given to the Archivist. Each Archaeotech card that is given away is discarded. Place it in the game box until the group returns to Precipice, when it will be shuffled back into the discovery deck. Then gain 1 trust. And then we've got Withering Cynicism. Whenever the following events occur, lose 2 trust. An explorer becomes inspired when the Archivist is activated and it has no line of sight to any other explorer, or there are no explorers within 3 hexes. A wound or grievous wound counter is applied to the Archivist character card, or when the Archivist is in a chamber that is removed from the battlefield because the battlefield has shifted. The Archivist is then placed to the nearest empty hex to its previous location. Okay, then we've got the behaviour table. So on a roll of 1 to 3, if there's no hostiles, it recuperates. If there are visible hostiles, it still recuperates. On 4 to 12, no visible hostiles is 2 move actions. Otherwise, it's Almighty Blow. And Almighty Blow is make 1 move action toward the closest visible hostile. Make 1 Eradicator glove weapon action against 1 visible adjacent hostile. Reroll failed attacks for this action. If there are no visible adjacent hostiles, the Archivist performs the steady advanced action instead. And the steady advanced action is the Archivist makes up to 2 move action and then can make 1 weapon action. And then on 13 to 20, No visible hostiles is steady advance, which we just explained. And if there is visible hostiles, it uses reeve, which is make one move action toward the closest hostile, then make 2 weapon actions against the closest visible hostile. Okay, we've also got an envelope. Do not open this until the quest to quell the seed has been completed. So I'm not opening that today. Now we've got some discovery cards. Now almost all of them are Shardquake cards. In fact, all of them are, sorry. In terms of the larger cards, we have 3 cards which I'm pretty sure are upgrades for the Zote. And those cards are also represented with tokens. So there you go. So that's all straightforward. Then we've got a load of combat cards. The combat cards are, to be fair, the maps are very large for it. Very nice big maps for that. So that's good. Then we've got 5 challenge cards. Okay, so that's good. Right, so that is all of the cards for the game done, all of the tokens. We've been through the books. So we've done everything except for build and look at our Zote, which is what we're doing now. Let's have a quick tidy up, and then we'll move on to that. Okay, so I was actually quite surprised by the number of pieces for our Zote. There's a lot of stuff to put together for this. So anyway, let's get on with it. In size-wise, it's not a massive miniature at all. It looks a decent size. So let's make him up. Okay, so this is our Zote. I may go back and do a little bit of green stuff work with it. There are a few gaps in there which are a little bit larger than I'd have liked, but we'll see what it's like once it's been primed. But there you go. That is a nice model, to be fair. Very cool. It went together like a dream to start with, but had a few problems later on. When you're putting it together, they've got a tiny bit of terrain that's there. Put that on before you put your Zote on, because there's not much room to work with. But there you go. That is Blackstone Fortress Deadly Alliance. It looks like a pretty good expansion, to be fair. I'm looking forward to getting to the table. I like the trust system for the Archivist as well. Yeah, it's a thumbs up from me so far. Some people don't like paying much when we only get one model with it, but I do like all of the Blackstone Fortress expansions, to be fair. But there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Much appreciated. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.